Hey everyone, welcome to today's live stream. Today I'm going to be talking about books that helped me transform my cake business. It really just things that you can actually like pick up on your Kindle or buy from Amazon, the library, wherever it is, and really just read the books that helped me transform my cake business. Now, I coach my clients to really just build a high-end brand, charging their worth, raising their prices, and doing what you want to do full time. And for me, it wasn't just like all of a sudden I just started charging like amazing prices, working with all the clients that I really want to work with, and I did really transform my cake business really in the matter of less than a year. But a lot of the things that I did was seeking help from other people, getting support from my mentors, reading, and really just seeing how I can collapse my own timeline to really build the cake business that I was looking to create. Because a lot of people have been had their cake businesses for so long and they're still not charging their worth. They still charge the same prices that they've been charging, years ago. And they really want to like have the business and charge what they really want to charge, but they're really not doing anything about that. And for me, it was just like, it was kind of like a matter of life or death of me being able to really support myself and have the business that I really want to create. So I took a lot of time just to really do a lot of things, have a lot of changes for the cake business and what I really wanted to create. So I'm going to share with you just some of the books that I read for really just changing the way that I thought, help supporting me to earning more money and everything. Because when you're looking to really create a change, you really need support to help make that change really happen. Because when you're trying to do something on your own willpower, a lot of times it's not enough. And the more knowledgeable you become in any area, you're actually going to strengthen that awareness, and you're able to do things way more for your cake business. And that's just going to be pretty much in anything. So I just love to read. I love to like gain a better understanding about how people think, how to actually sell, like what makes me tick, how to become a better artist, and everything like that. And just kind of like getting out of my own way, which is probably going to be the biggest thing that a lot of you guys probably face right now. So I want to say what's up to everyone who is watching the replay. Let me know if you've read any books that helped make a change in your life, and comment below. And I want to say what's up to everyone who is joining me live, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I have my Kindle here, and we're just going to dive right into the books that I have that help transform my cake business. And hopefully you guys can see my Kindle and everything, because I'm going to give you guys like photos so you guys can just really see like the titles and everything. I'm also going to go into why these books actually transform my cake business. So book number one is going to be, and I have my iPad here and I have the Kindle app on my iPad. I'm going to go to make sure I get the cover, but this is actually something I was like, oh, I feel like, this would be helpful, because, I was doing like a lot of things to transform my cake business. But here we go. So book number one, and let me know if you guys read any of these books. It's going to be Still Like an Artist. So right here is going to be probably the first, actually it's the second book that I picked up when I really started my cake business and really started to change some things about like how I was actually seeing myself as an artist and starting my business. But Still Like an Artist really just helped unleash the creative blocks that I had as an entrepreneur and as a cake designer, to where creatively I was just really holding myself back as a designer, because I really deeply thought that other people would see me as being a copycat in the cake design world, someone who wasn't original, someone who just kind of dwelled off of other cake designers' work, and I kind of had that big fraud mindset around just being an artist and being a cake designer. And I was really inspired by other cake designers, and their work was really got me into the cake business in the first place. But Still Like an Artist really helped me see and understand that nothing really in this world is created, and everything is just like a copy off of something else. And that just kind of really broke down just kind of like what originality and creativity really means, and how I can really unleash the blocks that I kind of had about really expressing myself as a cake designer and the designs I really want to create. And I didn't even really have my business off of the ground. I just got back from Toronto, from cake design school, and I really wanted to try like new cakes, get better as a designer, but I just kind of felt really held back because I thought that other people were going to talk about me and really just criticize me, when really the people who I need to be most concerned about are my customers. And customers don't go around looking at other cake designers and say, well, she copied off of so and so and she did this and everything. You know, customers don't really think that. But so it's really I was really concerned about the people in my industry who ideally don't even pay me. This was then, they don't pay me to actually make cakes and stuff. So I was kind of getting my opinions from other people instead of just kind of like being more confident about myself as a designer. So again, I really recommend that you do pick up this book. I recommend it for all artists to get this book, because it's really going to help you become a better artist and really just allow yourself to really hone your design skills in a much better, confident way, instead of just like holding back or anything. Because one thing I did notice when I was in cake design school, one of me and my buddies were talking, and we were talking about how a lot of the same cake designers kind of do the same type of work, and how, you know, we wanted to like do different types of work and everything, but we didn't want to like be like other cake designers and stuff. I hope this is making sense. But the thing is you become a better artist when you kind of just pick things from other people and you kind of make it your own. You know, just like you can't replicate any cake that you see. You just cannot do that and stuff. And it was just kind of, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't make a cake like that. I can't really try this technique because people are going to say something about me, and they're going to say, but it's just a story that I was making up in my head. So I highly recommend this for everyone who is an artist, which is going to be to still like an artist. This is something that I highly recommend that you pick up. So next book that helped me transform my cake business. This one doesn't have a title or a cover page, which is weird, but I'm gonna try to grab one. It should have one. This is actually the first book. So the first book was actually the second book that I picked up, but this is actually the first book that I kind of read to really do something about my cake business and get new results. So it's just text. I don't know why this doesn't have a cover, but this one is The Success Principles by Jack Canfield, and he was actually the first guru that I've ever followed, like a personal development guru, business guru. I follow several now, but he was actually the first book that I've ever picked up about like really changing your life and really just having the life of your dream. Jack Canfield is the first person that I've actually invested in the book, and the success principles really just really allowed me to really think outside of the box and really just believe in my dreams in a much bigger way, and knowing that they are possible to obtain, because I kind of had this notion of it's going to take a long time for me to become a successful cake designer. It's going to take a long time to really make this happen, or I didn't really believe that I had what it took to really go after my dreams and really just make it happen. And the success principles really just breaks down everything about what it takes to actually make your dreams really happen. And it's going to be a lot of things about reprogramming your mind, acting in a certain way, being the person you want to become. You need to be that before it actually really happens, and just gives you a lot of practical things that you can actually do in order to really change things for your cake or for your business. And I just took the success principles and I applied it to my cake business in lots of different ways, and it was something that it was just kind of like a really good read, because it really might be going in and out, but anyway, I'm going to continue. But the chapters aren't that long. They're just like each like principle, I believe there's like probably over like 100 principles, but they're very quick reads. But for me, it just kind of like got down to the basics of really creating change, stepping into like an entrepreneur, and really becoming a successful entrepreneur, and how entrepreneurs act and how they think, and really just following some someone who's actually has a successful business and someone who like went from rags to riches. And that's kind of like what I believed in really cultivating for myself, is to really follow people who have the life and the business that I want, or at least are doing way better than me, versus asking advice from people who charge the same prices that I charge and who were broke, just like I was broke, or struggling cake designers. It's really, you need to think like the people you want to become versus hanging around in the pack of people that, that are kind of doing the same thing as you. I was like, I wanted to get advice from someone who, had like the practices that kind of work. And pretty much those principles kind of, they're very, basic self-development principles that everyone teaches, but that was one of the first books that I picked up to really just think, okay, how can I really change my life and have the business that I want? And it's okay to actually go after my dreams and actually do it full time, and kind of giving myself permission to do that. So that book was The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. It's a super thick book. The physical version, that's why I was so obsessed about getting the first iPad just so I can get a Kindle so I can put all of my books on there. And the Jack Canfield book was like the first Kindle book that I ever purchased. So because it was so thick and I didn't want to carry that book around. So pick up The Success Principles by Jack Canfield just to really think about how you can change and become the person that you need to become in order to have the business that you really desire to have. So that was The Success Principles. Okay, I'm going to go into my next book. My next book is, I'm going to go to the cover. Okay. So, next book is, this is super popular in the entrepreneurial coaching world, Get Rich Lucky Bitch. And I actually got this book before I even became a coach. So Get Rich Lucky Bitch is probably it's an amazing book. I believe it has 5 stars on Amazon, and it has a pretty good amount of reviews. But Denise Duffield Thomas, I've taken her course and everything, so I've invested in her programs and stuff. It's just like her book is her lead magnet to get her. Her book helps you buy her program. So it's a really good business practice. But Get Rich Lucky Bitch is a book about really just uncovering your money blocks and the way that you're not allowing money just to really flow into your life. And Get Rich Lucky Bitch really just helps you identify what's really holding you back from making the money that you really want to make in your business, and how to really release the money blocks that you have to really allow more money to come in. Because if you're not really making the money that you really want to make, a lot of times that you're blocked, you have a money block and a belief that you keep thinking about money, and until you actually clear that, hands down guaranteed, you will not take your business to the next level. Once you kind of unclear those blocks and really just allow money to flow easily to you versus working super hard to make money, and just knowing that you can easily raise your prices, like that's what this book really helps you guide. It's a really good book for her. This book helps her sell her main course, but I think that this is a really good book just as itself, and it's something that I highly recommend that you pick up if you are not making the money that you really want to make, or you just plateaued. Then get this book, because it's really going to help you uncover blocks that you possibly have and how to actually uncover them. And all these books, look them up on Amazon, and all of the books, in my opinion, have great reviews. So you have my opinion and stuff, but check out the reviews, because I love checking out reviews myself, and then actually investing and buying. I'm going to just do one more book. I have lots of different books that I have. I love this thing so much. So I have books, just all types of books that I have. I love them so much. And I just like picking up something and reading it, and then maybe not finishing it and then go on to the next one. I kind of have like that ADD type thing. I just love knowing that I have books. And so, but I had to actually ban myself from buying books because I had too many and I actually wasn't reading them. So where's that book at? And a lot of these books I make my people who invest in my programs, my Perfectly Price Your Cakes, I tell them to read these books because they are so essential to the growth that you really want to make. Okay, last book is going to be, I actually have another book, but, here we go. Let me jump in here. I'm trying to get the title, the cover for you guys. Oh, it's not this one, even though that one works. Sorry about this. I'm looking for it because I was thinking, oh, it's that book, but then I was thinking, no, it's not that book. It's another book. So, and I am just not seeing it, and I know it's in here. There's also lots of other books too. So I don't see it in here, and I know I paid for it, so I don't know where it's at. Oh, why don't I see this book? Anyway, this one's a classic. No, that's not it. Wow. Okay, I don't have it on here. Like, I know I have the audio, and I remember I have the audio, which I listen to, which I recommend that you do for this book, is to get the audio version versus actually getting the paper version. So, anyway, I digress. So, anyway, so the book is Think and Grow Rich, which is like a classic, and probably I would say what 90% of all personal development like books, programs is based off of. It's based off of The Science of Getting Rich, and that's the book that I was actually going to pull up, The Science of Getting Rich and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And The Science of Getting Rich is good. I would say The Science of Getting Rich is like, I had that in audio as well, but it's something to where I feel like Think and Grow Rich just kind of breaks it down a little bit better, but the audio version is way better. So get the audio version. You can get it for free on YouTube. But Think and Grow Rich is something that my first coach, who I hired, made me read. And it just really helps you think about how wealthy people and people who make money, how they think, and how you need to really change what you're thinking in order to get the same type of results and make money in your business. And this is what a lot of like entrepreneurs and people in sales actually read. You know, when you're in sales, you're in commission, and you need to learn how to like make that money and stuff. But Think and Grow Rich is really going to help you really think about how you really see yourself, money, and how to really attract money using your mind. Because when you're actually like creating a business and you own a business, a lot of it is how you actually think about. We're artists, you know, it really depends on, you know, if you're good, if your work looks good and everything like that, but you're attracting money with your mind, and you need to really think in a certain way. If you're thinking thoughts about like, there's not enough clients, I can't charge this in my area, I can't do this, I can't do that, then I can probably bet you that you're not making the money that you want to make in your cake business, and you'll probably continue to make that money that you're making until you actually change the thoughts and how you actually think about yourself and your ability to make money. That's also why you see like super talented cake designers who are, you know, not charging that much, is because they think in a certain way and they're not thinking about how to actually grow their income and how to actually make a really good living making the money that they really want to make. So Think and Grow Rich really just teaches you how to think in a certain way, and how people who make money and how they think, and how you pretty much need to think just like everyone else. It doesn't matter if you're a cake designer or an artist or anything. You need to really think in a certain way, and that's what The Science of Getting Rich is too. It's just like a formula that you have to follow in order to really think how successful people think about money and making an income and growing your business. So that's what those two books are, The Science of Getting Rich and Think and Grow Rich. Whenever like you enter a program or you're just kind of like learning about how to make money, a lot of people just refer back to Think and Grow Rich and The Science of Getting Rich, and most people have read that book who are in business for themselves, who are making like who are really doing well. A lot of people already have read that book. A lot of people in sales read that book. If you're an entrepreneur, you're in sales, and you have to know how to sell your stuff and know how to do it in an easy, effective way. But when you're making money, it's not in the result of working hard. It's actually thinking in a certain way and running your business in a certain way as well. Because if you've noticed, you're working really hard in your cake business, but you're probably not making a lot of money, and you're probably really frustrated. You're not really going anywhere. It's just because you're not really thinking in that way. So pick up the Thinking, the Science of Getting Rich and Think and Grow Rich for your collection, and the honorary mention for this live stream before I hop off is going to be You Were Born Rich. It's right here. This is the one I said, oh, yeah, I have another one, but I'll tell you the reason why. It's like, I was like, I don't know if I want to mention this one. So this is like Think and Grow Rich, and and the Science of Getting Rich is actually You Were Born Rich. That's by Bob Proctor. I'm a big follower of Bob Proctor, and he's like along the same things that like Tony Robbins, Jack Canfield, just kind of like people who teach how to make money and how to actually think like a success. But You Were Born Rich, I actually did his program, which you can get online, about how to actually create the business and the life that you want, and how to actually think and act in a certain way to get the business and the life that you want. Because just success is pretty much a formula that you have to follow to make the money that you want to make, to have the business that you want. You really have to think in that way. And I took the program of You Were Born Rich, and the program follows the book closely, but with the program, it's about a 7-hour program you can get on YouTube, to where you can go through it, watch it over and over again, really apply it to your cake business and how to actually create the business that you want. It's something that I kind of like go over and over again, like now, to where it's something that's kind of like on repeat. And I remember last year when, just kind of like I remember I would just, and that this is when I first found out about this book. And the program is, I was just like working on my cake orders like all the time and stuff. And I would just kind of like watch the program over and over again. And then I picked up the book. And I don't even know why I picked up the book when it was just like the same thing. But I actually liked the program. But one of my friends told me to get the book. And I was like, oh, okay, and stuff. But watch the program. It's free on YouTube. And really just check out You Were Born Rich. It's a great program on how to really change things in your life that you don't like, why you actually do the stuff that keeps you frustrated, keeps you stuck, and really how to change that. So it applies well to anyone who's in business for themselves, people in sales, and just really how to change that for your business. So those are my 5, it was kind of like 6, but 5 books. Yeah, it was 5. Yeah, 5 books that I have mentioned for the books that help transform my cake business. I have a lot of books. I have a lot of law of attraction books. I have a lot of productivity books. I have a great book on how to really like what words really mean and how you can change, because words really affect how you actually think about yourself, think about your work and everything, and breaking down of words. So I had to read that for like a program I joined. That was Conscious Language. What else? Early to Rise is another book that I picked up, and that helped me get up at 5:30 in the morning so I can work on my cake business before I had to go to work at my corporate job, because I need to find time in my to work on my cake business, and I was working full time, and so then I was like, I have to create time to really work on my cake business. And Early to Rise is the book that helped me guide myself along the way to get up at 5:30 in the morning, work on my cake business, work out, then get ready for work, go to work, and then like hang out, in the evening. I had to create that time because time, is the only resource that we cannot get back. You can always make more money. If you lose money, you can always make it back and stuff, but time is something that you really want to learn how to take advantage of. So these are all the books. If you have a book recommendation for me or anyone else in the community that has really helped transform your business, or anything, then just comment below. Let me know, go through the replay and let me know what you think about these books. A lot of these books, were amazing and just kind of like helped me really think about myself in a better light than just kind of keeping myself like not making any money, not thinking highly of myself, and how to really just unleash the blocks and the chains that I was just kind of like being bound by to take my business forward. So that is going to be today's live stream. I hope you really enjoyed this. This is something that oh, that was another book. See, I have all types of books in here. So, but these are the books that I've read like years ago. So, other than that, I hope you really enjoyed this live stream. These are books that you can pick up right now and just read. You should be reading on how to become like a better like business person, how to think in a better way, because it's really going to change your business and your life when you actually put forth that effort to really think of yourself in a very amazing way. Okay, so I'm going to hop off and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Talk to you later. Bye.